Whoa, what's up, guys? Welcome into another live hangs with your boy Burt. Hope you like that little intro segment there. Shout out to my wonderful wife Tiffany for putting that together, who also does a lot of the criers, graphic design, video, photos, all that good stuff. So welcome in, everybody. We're gonna start the stream here on Instagram. What is up, guys? Already getting some people joining in. We're gonna let people kind of mosey on in before we get kicked off here. My name, for those that don't know, I'm Burt from that band called Criers. We are a premier emo tribute band here in the United States. And I want to thank you for spending your time with us here on this awesome Thursday evening. So what is up, everybody? Welcome in. Gonna give some shout outs here. We got safety training drummer. What's up, Bordell Jim? How's it going? Tina Oakwan, Adam, what's up? K Bruce. Thank you, guys. Thank you for spending some time with me. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Got a few things on my mind. Some music news as well, both with the band and just music news in general. Just gonna get some folks in there. So tell me hi. Tell me where you're coming from, where you're tuning in from, city, state, all that stuff. Rudy, what is up? Welcome into the live EMO Hangs with your boy Burt from Criers. What is up? How are you guys doing? Everybody ready for the weekend? I know I am. So let's get into some quick, what's going on in the scene, guys? Tell me what's happening in your neck of the woods. Got some music news that I was researching right before the live stream here, and some cool stuff. Looks like Sharon Osbourne's going to bring Ozfest back, so I thought that's kind of cool. That's going to happen in 2027. So for any aspiring bands, it's going to be a good platform to get launched off on. Ozfest for 2 decades, I think. Huge platform for a lot of emerging bands. I want to say like Slipknot got their big start on Ozfest. I know pretty much any band that you probably listen to played Ozfest at some point. So really cool stuff there. Interesting news there. Guthrie joined. What's up? K Bruce. Yes, so excited. Ozfest is back. Yeah. So Sharon actually is going to bring it back. Apparently the rumor is she's going to bring it back in 2027. And the other rumor that I saw that she was going to do is she wants to carry on like Ozzy's legacy with like Black Sabbath stuff. But apparently she's doing like Trans-Siberian Orchestra, like classical versions of Sabbath. They're going to do select cities where they're going to do like a classical version of Sabbath stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. Very awesome. If Ozzy was still around, God bless his soul. I'm sure he would appreciate, Prince of Darkness there. True story. When I was young, I wanted to be Ozzy's guitar player. Just if you guys didn't know, my favorite guitarist growing up was Randy Rhoads. I literally, when I heard the tribute record, like I wanted to play Crazy Train. I wanted to play Believer. I wanted to play Mr. Crowley. My goal in life was to be Ozzy's guitar player. And so he literally was like the turning point for me, going from I kind of want to play guitar to no, I really want to play guitar. So, and his legacy is felt for generations and generations, and I think it will continue to be. So, yeah, really cool that Ozfest is going to be back. Night to Forget joined. What's up? Thanks for joining in. For those that are new to the live stream, I typically try to do these every Thursday, just to chat. If you don't know who I am, my name's Burt. I'm from the band Criers. We tour all over the Southeast United States and hopefully in other regions coming soon too. So be on the lookout for that. Before we continue with any further stuff, let me go ahead and do some quick disclaimers here. Again, my name is Burt. Disclaimer. I'm not like buying crazy pharmaceuticals. Join our mailing list, guys. We're doing an outreach campaign right now. If you want to be on our mailing list, you get 10% off our merch. So you can go to criersband.com. You'll see the website scrolling there. Join our mailing list. We promise we won't spam you, but you'll get 10% off, and we're going to send you a personalized text. Excuse me, I had a little burp there. we're going to send you a personalized text from us saying, hey, thanks for joining us. Okay. We're real people. We're not going to spam you. But we just really enjoy connecting with all of you guys. Yeah. So join our mailing list there. Maria tracking on 32,000 streams. You guys are loving the song. Thank you. Obviously, all time low. Thank you for writing the song. We appreciate playing it. Yeah, great stuff. Thank you. Thank you guys for all of the support. And you can always listen to us on Listen to the Planet here in Lafayette, FM 106.7 Planet Radio. You can also find us on Spotify. Look for Criers. YouTube, Criers Band. We have 6 videos. We got Helena from My Chemical Romance, What It Is to Burn from Finch, Ohio is for Lovers, Hawthorne Heights, Crush, Crush, Crush from Paramore, Make Damn Sure from Taking Back Sunday. What am I forgetting? Ocean Avenue from Yellow Card. We're working on another video from our latest record, In Light of Heavy Heart, so be on the lookout for that. As I mentioned, YouTube has all of those videos. Instagram, go check us out on Instagram. Please give us a follow. And like I said, if you are interested in joining our mailing list, you get 10% off of any merch on there. So go check that out, cryersband.com. Let some comments roll in here. Take a sip of my little drink there. Yeah, Josh says he's going to join soon. Yep. So I went to go see Semi Charmed at the Ruins last Friday. Great job to those guys. We love Semi Charmed. Amazing 90s tribute band. Ruins, great show here in Lafayette. Great venue here in Lafayette. Go check it out. It's a great venue. A lot of good bands there. We love it. We love supporting it. So kind of like around the scene, I think 90s shows playing at Rock and Bowl this weekend. I have to verify that. There's so many shows going on. It's kind of hard to keep up with everybody. So South Louisiana definitely has some popping shows here. But I want to hear about you. How's your day going? What are you listening to? How's your life going? Tell me what's up. Kind of had a weird, rough day today. I have some things on my chest I want to talk about, but I want to hear from you guys first. I don't want to get too deep and heavy just yet. I want to kind of see where you guys are. You guys having a good week? Let's see, Randall. Seen y'all 5 times. Itching for some more emo. Hell yeah, brother. I actually got to meet B-Rad at PetSmart one day. That was awesome. Yeah, that's where he is. He's Captain PetSmart, you know. Great musician too. Really enjoy playing with him in this band. So great job. Appreciate that, brother. Look, that's why we do what we do. I was thinking about that today. Why do we do this? And it's got me thinking. I mean, guys, look, time's short. If you enjoy whatever it is you enjoy in life, go ahead and do it. That's what I say. So here we are. I've been in the music industry for 26 years now. Guys, I've seen it all. My old band, true story. I don't know if you guys know a lot about the origins. So my old band, Liquid Sand, actually had the opportunity to get our album produced by Rick Beato back in 2004. And that was right when he was cutting his teeth on being a producer. So if you ever see Rick Beato's videos and he's talking about that time where he was working at Tree Studio, we were right in that time working with him. And it was really cool because, the industry back then was it wasn't like fragmented as it is now. I mean, you had radio stations that really were breaking bands. You had more of a mono channel of new artists that everybody could kind of rally around. It's so different now, with so many different outlets for people to consume music. It's hard to find new artists that everybody can get around. Of course, you do get like the Sleep Tokens. Prog Freak said, love Liquid Sand. Yeah, that was my old band. So I've come full circle. Back in the day, you could really rally around like the next Linkin Park or when My Chem came out or Fall Out Boy. I remember the year when Under the Cork Tree broke, and it was like you could tell there was this whole movement. Now, I don't think you have that so much. It seems more now it's just like you have to find the right bands and the right channel at the right time because there's just so much out there. So, as an artist, it really makes it a lot more difficult to find where your voice is. So again, I just want to thank you guys for supporting us. It's not easy what we do. And it does take a lot of work and effort to put on these type of shows on the level that we do. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes. So really excited about the future there. Let's look at some of our Instagram folks. Leah, what's up? I'm giving you a shout out. Yeah, can you believe that Ozfest might be back? That's so cool. You know, look, they brought Warped Tour back. So I'd say why not? Trying to see who's playing Warped Tour. I have to check that out. Are y'all planning on doing another El Remo New Year's party like the one at Feed Seed? That was the first time I've seen y'all actually. Yeah. I don't see why we can't. So we have our tour dates starting to get solidified. We'll make some announcements pretty soon on that. So we're pretty excited. Obviously, we're looking for our new drummer, which that's coming to a head very soon. By the way, thanks to all the drummers out there that have sent us their auditions. I mean, man, you guys are making this super hard because all you guys are so good. So really appreciate that. And, you know, we didn't pick the easiest songs to learn. So props to you guys for taking the time to do that. Leah, hey, me again. I DM'd you about my mom's birthday and y'all never responded. Oh, shoot, I do need to respond. Sorry about that, Leah. I'm on it. I'm on it. We don't want to ghost people. We're not ghosts here. Nick, what's up? Nick Saraki. Dancing with Flames. That's cool. I think I've commented on your username. That's a pretty cool username. How's everybody's week going? Jacob. Yeah, dude. Speaking of, great submission there. I was checking it out. Man, like, how are we going to decide everybody's so good, man? You know, maybe we can just have everybody like take a turn playing a few songs. Maybe that'll be the way to go. We'll see. All right, Leah, cool. Just making sure. Didn't want you to get the wrong impression there. We're probably going to be adding some new songs, you know, once we get our new guy, our gal worked in. So pretty excited about that. There may be a new music video coming out in the not too distant future. So can't reveal everything, but be on the lookout for that. Jacob Brown says session drumming. Well, man, it works, you know, definitely works. Jeremy, a Criers and Thomas Kane show is what we want. Emo Goes Country. Yeah, let's make it happen. Dude, we're totally down. I mean, you know, there's the guy that does he did Ohio is for Lovers, the alternative version. It was awesome. I think he commented on our video too. Like, he's a pretty big YouTube guy. And it was so good, man. He did like the country version of that. Of course, there's been a lot of bands that have done that. It's great. I think that's a good idea, Thomas. Where would we do that? Like Texas Club or something? What do you think? Would they be down for something like that? Maybe Varsity, Baton Rouge. Jeffrey, yeah, my family, I've seen you guys every time you come to Wheel at Pensacola. Can't wait to see you guys again. Emo never dies. Hell yeah, man. Again, like I always say, the Gulf Coast is like a second home to us. Everywhere, every stop that we play along the Gulf Coast is like, you guys are so welcoming. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the support, man. That just really does mean a lot to us. It really does. Yeah, Jeremy says Baton Rouge. Definitely. Definitely. So I'm going to see if I can get to some news around the scene here. Not quite on the emo spectrum, but we'll riff on this for a second. So I'm a big Megadeth fan too. They just came out with their new record. I think it's their last record. Why do I bring them up? Well, our singer K-Rox is also a Megadeth fan. And so I thought that was worth mentioning. So Dave Mustaine said, look, this is it. We're done after this record. They're probably going to tour for, I'm sure, 5 years or so. But what I thought was really interesting is they actually did a cover of Ride the Lightning because, you know, he technically wrote that song. You know, Dave will never get over Metallica 50 years later, but that's why we love him. So I thought that was cool. Their guitar player, though, Timu, bro, he is on fire. Like, flawless technique. Dude, solos are pretty awesome. So put a little Megadeth spin on tonight's show here. I just passed my work keys and I got gold. Nice. The highest is platinum, so I'm going to retake it and try to make platinum. Sweet. Well, good job, Leah. What happens if you get platinum? Like, will you get some cool stuff? like more money or something. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so back in 2000, so my old band, so kind of here's what happened, guys. Kind of where the old we were on tour for about 7 years, and this was mid 2000s, and I'm telling you, my manager at the time was literally on the phone from the guy with Roadrunner Records, and this was right around Napster and like the downloading stuff. This was right before Spotify was getting real popular. And he said, look, we want to sign you guys. We just laid off half of our floor here because, like streaming and downloading were killing the record industry. So I really remember that time. It was such a pivotal shift there. We worked with Rick Beato for our This Goodbye record. Literally when that record was starting to blow up, the band kind of dissolved. Started a band after that called Raining in Paris with a few of the guys from that band. I'll put that on the link here if you guys want to check it out. Definitely like a Seosin type of vibe. If you guys are in, if you're here, you probably like Seosin. So I'm going to put Raining in Paris, Burt's old band, old English spelling there. Yeah, I think Raining in Paris is still on Spotify. Go check it out. Yeah, we were like into Seosin, bands like Receiving in the Sirens, Copeland, there's like some piano stuff going on too. Check it out. We were only around maybe a year. And this scene is tough, man. It's hard to keep a band for a long time. But that's sort of like my backstory. Always been in bands, just felt like home. Stage feels like home. If you're a musician and you're listening to this, I'm sure you can relate. It's like the only time you really feel at home is when you're rehearsing and playing, right? It's the only time that things feel normal. Leah, I get a lot of money for college. Dude, so cool. Absolutely awesome. Well, good luck to you. We give you the emo good luck here. Hopefully that gets you the platinum there. Jake Clem, 6 join. What is up, brother? So what's happening in your side of the world? I have more stuff to talk about, but we don't want to hear about me all the time. What's happening with you guys? Are there any shows that I need to be aware of this weekend? I'm relying on you. Anything cool? Yeah, we're still doing drum submissions till tomorrow. So if you are a drummer, you have till about this time tomorrow to submit. How do you submit? If you look on our Facebook, you will see our pinned post about drum auditions. There's a form that is attached, and you have all the instructions there, a few songs to learn, and we will be evaluating over the next week or two. Hey, Anitra, one of my best friends there. Holly Beach, right? Not this weekend, but February 6th, Loose Caboose has a metal show. Nice. Good to see Courtney. Been meeting with her tomorrow. Courtney's actually going to be doing some stuff with Crier, so pretty excited. Ed Mesh, what's up, man? Holly Beach, right? Inside joke. Really digging Dead Air Divine's album. Oh, I have to check them out. I've never heard of them. They sound cool. I've been kind of going back and revisiting. Geez, what was I listening to recently? So, like, my influences are all over the place. I mean, I'll go from Cynic, one of my mid 90s death metal bands, Paul Masvidal, extremely underrated guitar player. And he kind of pioneered that prog metal vibe that a lot of bands picked up 10, 15 years later. So I've been revisiting Cynic. Dead Poetic is another one. New Medicines. If you guys are familiar with that record. Love that record. Thrice. Can't get enough of Viesu. Artist in the Ambulance. I mean, 2 of my all-time favorite records there. Off the Beaten Path, I was talking to B-Rad earlier, and I like Bjork. Her record, Post, and then Vespertine, two of my favorite records from her. Kind of like that vibey stuff. Kate Havnovik's another good one. You guys should go check out. She was late 2000s, kind of piano electronica. Who was that gal that we saw in New Orleans at the Parish? Not Kate Havnovik. It was kind of in that same mode. My wife would be able to tell me. Kind of like piano, Bjorkish. I don't know if you guys like Bjork. She's not for everybody. Corey Join, what's up, dude? Speaking of killer drummers, Prog Freak. It's Tillian from Dance Gavin Dance's new band. Okay. Okay, that does ring a bell. Yeah, Tillian. Dude, what a range that guy has, huh? Jeez. Him, Anthony Green from Seosin and Circa Survive, another underrated band that most people don't think about. Circa Survive, their first record, Jaturna. Beautiful record. Corey Boudreaux, Bjork is dope, dude. For sure, man. Vespertine, one of the best records, I think, of the early 2000s. And she really hit her stride on that record, too. She was already really well known, of course, beyond that. And then she did like some stuff with like a choral group. She was on tour like mid-2000s with that record. It was pretty awesome. Hoping you're able to come to my 50th birthday celebration on the 14th. We hope so. We hope so. So 14th, that's a Saturday, I think, right? Okay, so we might be practicing, but we'll do what we can. 1 second, guys. All right, sorry, I had to take care of some band business. Misery business. Yeah. Look, I don't ever want to come across as like I'm ever scripted. This is who you get. Not gonna lie, I was having a pretty freaking bad day today. But I was looking forward to this live stream. You know, you might ask, why are you so bad, Burt? I don't know, guys. I just have bad days, man. I do run a few different I'm entrepreneur dude, and you know, you ride the waves of things good and things bad, and like when things bad, they compound, and you just suck sometimes. But at the end of the day, I'm here with you, doing the music stuff that I enjoy, and that's what makes it all worth. And being with my friends and family, so it all makes it worth it, guys. So, but yeah, you know, sometimes we get to those points in life where you do ask yourself, you know, why do we do it? Why am I here? You know, I know you guys you might ask yourselves that. Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? And you know, just reevaluate. You know, what makes you happy? What fulfills you? Whatever that is. Don't be ashamed if there's things you want to pursue and the world says you can't do it. I mean, I'm not a big believer in that. Just go for it. You know. Okay. Yep. Cool. On my live stream. Check it out on. All right, a few shout outs here. Sorry, taking care of some internal stuff. Trying to multitask. Prog Freak, Circa Survive is fired. Yeah, actually, I think the first two records, super awesome. I remember hearing them. So my old band, Liquid Sand, we were touring with a band, Punch People, from New Orleans. I don't know if anybody remembers Punch People. And their guitar player, super killer guy, turned me on to them when they first came out. I was like, wait a minute, why does his voice sound familiar? He's like, it's the dude from Seos. And I'm like, that's why I like him. Gent Zell in joined. Welcome in. Love seeing all the people here. Love seeing it. But just to give you guys an update on the latest with us, we are working on more songs. We have a new drummer that's where we've been auditioning. So that spot should be filled in extremely near future. We've got a video or two planned for this year. We've got some surprises. I'm not going to you got to kind of wait on those. There's some big surprises in the works. Can't wait to tell you about them. Kevin Harris, the man, the myth, the legend, the sound, the Gulf Coast Biloxi. Kevin is probably a legend at this point in the Gulf Coast scene. So Kevin, thank you for joining. Love you, man. He's been such a huge supporter of not only us, but so many bands throughout the past many years. So thank you for always being so supportive, man. You know, And I'll mention Kevin, I'll mention Courtney. You know, you don't have to be like a musician per se to be involved in the music scene. And Kevin, I'm sure you might be a musician, but I'm saying generally, even if like you're not a performer, like that's not your main gig, but you want to get involved in art in the music scene, there's so many opportunities out there. You know, artists need help in so many different ways. And if you have that passion in you, don't be shy. Hit up some bands that you follow and just ask, look, I'd love to help. I love what you guys do. I'm ready to kind of see what I can do to contribute. And I'm telling you, you could really find your place in this industry. Yeah, Kevin, for sure. Kevin, I don't know if you remember my old band, Liquid Sand. We'd play all over the Gulf Coast. So true story with, I hate to keep harping on the past, but for some reason we're down that rabbit hole today. So we had won a battle of the bands with the Three Doors Down bass player at the time. Todd Harrell. And he was starting a record label and he wanted to sign a band from the area. And it was like, we were already talking to his management. Now, true story, we had just hired a manager who was the manager of Sunny Day Real Estate, who just picked us up. And he's like, nah, we have a better deal for you guys. We're going to pitch you guys to Epic and Sony. Don't sign with Todd Harrell, this Three Doors Down guy. They're not going to go anywhere. Sign with me. So, you know, we're bright-eyed, leery-eyed. We're like, all right, we'll listen to our manager because he apparently can get us. And we actually passed up on that opportunity to sign with the Three Doors Down bass player. So never know how these things work out, man. Yeah, Courtney said so many possibilities for sure. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm glad you remember our old band. I was really young at the time, but yeah, Impact Records, dude. Kevin, you were there. You remember that? Do you remember when he had that whole battle? It was a regional battle of the bands. It was like Texas to like Jacksonville. And there were bands from all over. Wow, good times, man. Good times. We probably know a lot of the same people too, Kevin. It's great. That's why we're here again, you know, many years later doing this because we love it. One second, I got a fellow that wants to join. Yeah, just check out the Facebook Criers page live stream. Sorry, I got a fellow that wants to join here. At the Palace Casino. That's right. Dude, how crazy is that? It comes full circle, right? Yeah, we were there. That was our band, dude. Hey, man. God finds a way, you know? So crazy. There is Bradley. What's up, Bradley? Good to see you, man. I see you play drums, too. A lot of drummers these days. Yeah, Kevin, it was us. It was Punch Crowned. You remember Uncrowned from Atlanta? Good friends of ours. Now, I remember, because there was like 2 rounds. In the first round, it was a few other bands. I don't remember all of them, but then the second round was like, oh, it's Liquid Sin and Uncrowned. And what happened was, I don't remember how that turned out. I think Todd wanted to sign both of the bands. I think that's how it worked out. But we ended up playing so many shows with Uncrowned. We were just like, dude, we're just happy to meet other great bands like you guys. So we ended up playing with Uncrowned all over, like Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Alabama. We played Montgomery. We played Mobile with those guys. So such a good vibe, you know. Go check out Uncrowned. Very, very underrated band. I think they were on... I don't think they were on Razor and Tie, but I think they were on one of those sub labels. So yeah, they definitely got some radio play too on Octane, if I'm not mistaken. So, man, Kevin, small world, bro. We are, yeah, been so many years in this thing for sure. On the prog side, I really love Haken. Yep, and thank you, scientists. Yep, really wish local stations played more prog. Yeah, it's true. I have a comment on that. I'm going to give some welcomes. So David Luberti, what's up? 104 YOLO Rolo, what is up? So on the prog side, Beeler Brothers, that's right. Record was Uncrowned. Dude, Kevin with the fact bomb tonight, man. I need to bring you on the next live stream so you can set me straight because you are just on fire, my friend. This dude knows his stuff. Got to keep it PG for the kiddos. But yeah, Beeler Brothers, that's right, dude. Wow. I'm reliving 20 years ago right now through Kevin. Thank you, man. That's so cool. And now Kevin's booking Criers 20 years later. So the The circle is complete. Very cool. So on the prog stuff, one of my favorite bands of all time is Dream Theater. I had the pleasure of seeing them 3 times. First time was on their Falling Into Infinity tour in 97. Super young dude. Got John Petrucci to sign my guitar. Saw them in San Antonio. Then saw them at House of Blues and saw them in Houston. Houston and San Antonio. I'm sorry, Houston and New Orleans. I'm sorry. That was during the Scenes from a Memory tour 2001, I think. They had just gotten Jordan Rudess. So, yeah, here's the cool thing about them. I don't know how the scene has worked this out, but they're like bigger than ever now. They just played in like Dubai yesterday, and they had just like 30,000 people there. It was crazy. They played Wacken Festival, the metal festival in Germany, a few years ago. Dream Theater's bigger than ever. It's crazy. And it's like people, I think, over time realize the legendary status of bands like that, you know. And it's sort of like the resurgence happening here too on the pop punk scene bands as well. Prog Freak, seen them as well. Hell yeah. Prog Freak, you and I would we would get along very well. That half Mexican kid joined. Very cool, man. Glad you could join, brother. You know, some other bands, I guess, from that era. American Tragedy, another Shreveport band, legendary band. Adam Dale, love that guy. He and I ended up working together a few years later on a t-shirt business. Adam's a super, super sweet guy. Amazing voice, amazing songwriter. I don't know if you guys remember American Tragedy. Merriweather, the legendary Merriweather. So kind of 2007, they got signed to Interscope. They were produced by my old band's Liquid Sand Singer, and they had a huge following all over the United States. I want to say they toured with Seosin for a little while. Merriweather actually recorded their record, their big record that got shelved, and that was right before they recorded with Howard Benson on that record. And then the next record that Howard Benson did, I think, was All American Rejects, Move Along, that record. So like that was the level that Merriweather was on. And Merriweather was from Baton Rouge. Really, really super sick band. So go check out Merriweather. I'm going to put them in the comments too. Kevin, do you remember Merriweather? I'm sure you do. Mid-2000s. Go check them out. I was going to put mid-200s. Probably slight typo there. Fate's Warning, Downtown Lafayette. Dude, I think I was at that show. At Shanahan's? I think I was at that show. Was it Shanahan's? Because I was there. Taylor P. Noel joined. Yeah, they had like 100 people there. It was so cool because those guys, I was right in my super hardcore Dream Theater prog rock era. Yep. Ginger has definitely heard of Merriweather. She's definitely heard of that. I'd love to do a Merriweather song. I know the old school guys. Not Downtown, was on the Strip. Yeah, it was the Strip. It was at Shanahan's because I was there. I remember we were at the Prog Freak. You and I were at the same show. Isn't that crazy? Do you remember at that show there was some dudes handing out CDs, and I want to say it was Nevermore. They were literally just starting, and they were like, "Hey, we're a band called Nevermore." Yeah, go figure that. It's no big deal, you know. Another really killer band that rose prominently a few years later. Okay, Girl in Mexico. I need to get Criers turned on to Merriweather. I think they would really love those guys. I know B-Rad would love Merriweather. That's right up he and I's alley. Be Quiet would be another one, right, Ginger? Be Quiet. I think that would be the anthem, you know. Songs that hit me in the feels. I'd have to say Finding Home from Seosin if we're going in that same era from the White Album. Finding Home. I can listen to that song right now and I'll start tearing up. It's so good. Micah Relocate opened for Seosin in like 2009. That's right. Micah Relocate, our good friend Austin Dore, one of the founders of that band, and of course Michael Swank, good friend of mine as well from Micah Relocate. They were on Artery Records. They toured everybody like Attila, Seosin. Austin was actually our first producer for Crier's first record, Sad But Rad. So shout out to Austin. We love that guy. Be Quiet would kill for sure. Prague Freak, yeah, man. Isn't it so cool we were at that show? That's so awesome, man. Really dating myself here, but for our Lafayette brethren, who remembers Seven Dust at the Plaza? So that was an interesting show. I remember Seven Dust also at Grant Street. So a few other shows during that era. So this was like right around 2000. So Seven Dust played the year before, 99, and they were about to hop on Ozfest. And then there was this band that came to Grant Street called Incubus, and they had just released this song called Pardon Me. And that record, Make Yourself, had just came out. And it was like that song came out, and I was like, this is great, man. This is really cool. It's definitely different. And literally the next 2 months later, they were headlining arenas. It was so fast for them, so crazy. But they hung out at Grant Street, super cool dudes. Band called Ultra Spank opened up for them. Another kind of indie industrial type band. Tonic ER, yep. I'm just naming songs. Now name them all, Ginger. Name them all. She's talking about Merriweather. I remember working Alien Ant Farm at the Plaza. Alien Ant Farm did play also at the Plaza. Yep. Didn't All American Rejects play at the station here in Broussard? I want to say they did, like 2012. Hawthorne Heights also played at Bears in Shreveport, where we play a lot. So I thought that was kind of neat. That was like during the 2013-14 era when kind of that scene was kind of dwindling and before it kind of hit its stride again the last few years. Thought that was cool. I also saw Enchant in Oakland live last show and live DVD. Actually, my wife and I are the first fan interview on the DVD. Very cool. Saw Seosin with that Jumpsuit at House of Blues in New Orleans, maybe around 2004. Nice. So that would have been Seosin's first record with Anthony Green. Hell yeah. 7 years. What's a few other songs on that record? 7 years for sure. Alien Ant Farm was 2002. Yep. Alexander, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. We're just kind of reminiscing some old school stuff. Taylor, fiance just asked if y'all are going to try and play Panorama on 1013. Taylor's going to ask us this. Yeah, I need to ask our booking manager to make sure that's going to happen. I got to check with him. I don't make those calls, man. I just play guitar and scream, you know. Let me see. Let me look. So I think we have that date open. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do, you know. We want to, Taylor. We love you guys. I mean, shoot, we'll come play a house party at your place if you want us to. Please push. It'd be so badass. Yeah, I know, man. It would be. It would be so badass. Good. I think Thursdays work better for these, by the way, too. I think Friday everybody's just busy. Thursday, it's like, again, it's like the weekend-ish. It's enough of the weekend to like kind of chill, you know. Really quick, just a reminder. We are doing a mailing list. So check it out. Go to cryersband.com. Also, actually do this. Let me do one thing. 1 second. I actually created a secondary page, cryersband.net. That's really where I want you to go. Let me make sure that hot link is working correctly. Make sure it's redirecting correctly. All right. 1 second, guys. Technical stuffs. Oh, if I spell my band name correctly, it'd probably help, huh? I've only been in this band since the beginning. All right. Here's what I want you to do. Go to cryersband.net. And if you are not subscribed to our mailing list, go ahead and do so. We will not spam you. We promise. You will get a 10% discount off of any merch items. And you're going to get a little special thank you text from one of us from the band. So you're going to not only get on our get a discount, but you're going to get a little love straight from us. So I've been texting people all day today. So cryersband.net/join. We're really trying to grow our presence here. This is the best way to do it, guys. Look, we're not asking for money. We just want your support. If you love what we do and you can get behind this type of scene, we appreciate it. We fully are invested in this band, and if you dig it, we really appreciate your support. It costs nothing to join. Tell your friends, and that makes all the difference. Okay, so please, that would be great. I got one. How many Warped Tours were you able to attend back in the day? One. Was gonna one of my band's second born were trying to play one, but they didn't pick us. That's okay. I've only been in this band since the beginning. Yeah. Josh says dibs on that sweaty beanie after the next show, brother. The way this thing smells, I don't know if you want that, but sure. I got a few of them. I have to put them in the wash, you know. I gave you some love, by the way, Josh. So everybody, Josh is the founder of Semi Charmed. We saw him in his band, and we were all there at the Ruins on Friday. Super awesome time. Had a few drinks, so it was a good time. I don't condone that type of behavior, but just notating. That's all. Seen Liquid Sand in St. Martinville and Mardi Gras in Lafayette. Hell yeah, Prague Freak. Yeah. So we have interacted for sure. I had blonde hair back then. You probably remember me. Lita Vivo, hi. How are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you for spending your Thursday with us. Josh said he's still recovering. Yeah, bro, I hear you. What year of Warp did you go to in which city? Was it New Orleans? 2003? Yeah, I think like Finch was on that one. I think it was 2003. I have to remember. A couple of my friends went to the Houston one. And it was like all those bands. The U's were just started. I think it was the U's. Finch was on that one. What about you, Taylor? Nattlesnakes, what's up? Joined in. You guys and your killer usernames there. Just Burt. How awesomely bad is that, right? Damn, you go even farther back than I do for Warped Tour. They don't call us elder emos for nothing, pal. I could qualify for AARP, emo RP. I can qualify for it. That's okay. You know what? I'm still here. I'm still going to be here. But yes, I ain't quitting, sir. Sorry. I'll be 90. I'll still be screaming. Doesn't matter. We do have a joke in the band that we will probably have a nursing home tour in 2045. So be on the lookout for that. Big things coming, right? We're going to drop our merch booth in the nursing home. You can only imagine the merch we'll have for that. That'd be pretty sick. And I guarantee you somebody's going to ask for Finch at the nursing home. We're going to play it. Jeez, dude. 08, 09, 10, 11, 16, the last year of the tour. I want to say that was 18. Houston for all of them. Damn. That's killer. I'm sure you've seen literally every band that's in that scene. That's great. That's most of them. Let's see, 09 or 10, I think Bring Me the Horizon played one of those years. It was right when... What was the record before Sempiternal? There is a heaven. Yeah, there's a hell. There's a heaven. Something like that. Can't remember. It's like one of those long titles. Somebody help me out here. Where's my Bring Me the Horizon fans? Mark, what's up? Mark gone. Still like Nattlesnakes. That's a good name. Yes, Finch in the nursing home. Sign me up. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be that dude. Yeah, 08 for Bring Me. That's what I thought. I knew it's 08 or 09. Yeah, okay. It was in that era. It was on the okay, now I'm gonna have to Google that because that's driving me crazy. Because I should know that. My Elder Emo card status should be revoked for not knowing that. Hang on. Bring Me the Horizon Records. There is a hell, believe me, I've seen it. Yeah, that's right. That's it. That was it. Taylor. I never got into them, but they were on tour. That's cool. It took me a while to kind of really get into them too. Nursing home tour would be sick. We'll do it. We also should do the Buc-ee's tour. Like, how sick would that be? We're just going to tour every Buc-ee's in the United States. We're just Buc-ee's. We'll just show up at every Buc-ee's and just play. The emo Buc-ee's tour. Nursing home tour. Yes, I want to do that. A few more people joining in. Yeah, so as I was saying, cryersband.net. Please join our mailing list. You'll get a little thank you from us. You'll get a 10% discount off of our merch. Dear Maria, over 30,000 streams. We'll have some links there too. We also have planned some new video stuff happening in the next month, so I want to tell you about that. Anitra says you could hit 4 of them in a few hours in Texas. Bucky's for sure. Yeah. Bucky's tour is going to happen. Totally. Would you guys come to see the Bucky's tour? Bucky. Let me make sure I spell it right. Bucky's Cryers tour. Dude, it's already 6:46. Crazy. Time flies when you're an emo, right? Is that what they say? Courtney, absolutely. Yes. Jay, what's up? Was y'all's last show at Strange Brew? Managed to catch the drumstick. Crazy awesome night. We always have a fun time at Strange Brew. I mean, I don't think it's possible to have a bad show at Strange Brew. Really, I don't think it's possible to have a bad show at Shreveport because you guys just go ballistic. First time we ever played at Shreveport, we had the cops were called. Well, we thought that we were too loud. And then we thought, well, there's too many people in the venue. Only to realize that there was a dude that fell in a dumpster and they had to pull him out. And that story, that's our first time in the Shreveport. There's the dumpster dude that will live in infamy. So apparently somehow the guy fell in the dumpster, like the big dumpster. The dude fell in the dumpster. Like, how does that happen? How does somebody fall in a dumpster? Turns out he's a friend of ours. That's my cousin. We love him. We call him the dumpster dude. He's friends with T-Bang. But that story, like, that will live in our hearts forever. So he is he's a giant of a man. He's a super awesome guy. But he is part of the Cryers lore. Okay, so he can die a happy man that he is part of a never-ending story. Funny Warped Tour story. First band that I truly paid attention to at Warped Tour 2008 was Real Big Fish. They opened with Sellout. Last Warped Tour I went to 2018. And the final band I truly watched was Real Big Fish. Their last song, Sellout. So you basically come into the Warped Tour the way I started, if that makes sense. Yeah, man. Again, the circle, full circle, it's complete. I had an ex that was really big into them and Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Could never get into that style. It's good. I mean, they're definitely good at what they do. Well, that's really cool, man. Around that time, I was getting into From First to Last, which I would love to play. Anybody like From First to Last? Yeah, they're fun as hell. I could tell from their shows for sure. Any Sonny Moore fans From First to Last? Note to Self, One Arm Boxer, Emily. Those are classics, man. Tyler's like, nope, I don't like From First to Last. I know, man. One day I'm going to turn you guys on to From First to Last. It'll just click and you'll be like, dude, Burt was right. They are good. T-Bank's just going to, nope. But seriously, Note to Self, great song. Wings of Pestilence, another good one. More PDV, please. Okay. How do you say that word? Caraphernalia is one of my other favorite Pierce the Veil songs. In fact, I'm probably going to listen to it. Caraphernalia. I don't know how they pronounce it, but it's such a good song. Yeah, the albums of Sonny are beautiful, man. It's so good. Really good. They remixed Dear Diary, My Teenage Angst Has a Body Count. When it first came out, like the mix was just unhinged. It was The drums were so out of control. I was almost like, that in itself made me admire the band because it was like they just don't care. Like they are that over the top. It was so great. I actually own Nate from Boston's 1980 Marshall JMP 100 watt. That's cool for a while. Killer amp. Drop kick, use it on their Warriors Code record. Unfortunately, my dumbass solo on Craigslist about a decade ago. Oops. It happens, man. It definitely happens. Yeah, Cody, you know what I mean. When that From First to Last record came out, like you know what I'm talking about. The mix was just all over the place, but the chaos of it was actually awesome. Like you could tell the drummer was just like wailing, man. It was so crazy. So Far, So Fake by Pierce Avail. Also, Pierce has they have a new song out too. I've heard actually on a few radio stations, so they're actually getting some good radio play right now, which I thought was kind of cool. Lafayette Library actually has an emo. We just did a little group chat on that. Our criers. Let's see, Ginger, you know about that, right? The Lafayette Public Library has an emo Valentine dance. Well, they're going to be internally crying heart-shaped tears and rocking out to overly emotional music while wearing their studded belts and favorite band t-shirts. No registration, open to emo fans ages 12 to 18 on February. So that's this Monday. Kind of wanted to show up. Would I be invited? Yeah, Bulls in the Bronx, hold on someday. Absolutely. Good old Skrillex. Yep. Right before he was Skrillex, he was Sonny Moore from First to Last. I didn't really care for the Skrillex stuff too much, but I mean, I get what he was doing, you know. Okay. Dude, thank you guys. A few other people are subscribing. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys spending a Thursday with me. Don't be shy. Introduce yourself if you're watching. Tell me where you're from. Who's your mama and them? They have a couple of new tracks, Steph Sonny and vocals in. Yep. They did another band which leads into that, Periphery. Spencer, from the singer for Periphery, did a remix of some of From First to Last songs with Spencer singing it. And dude, he's like amazing vocalist. Hell yeah, having a blast. Yep. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff happening this year. Courtney, you're going to help us out with that. So thank you. Of course. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Little nugget here. Might be back in the studio Saturday. So recording. So that's all. Lips are sealed. That's all I'm going to say for now. All right. I got a few more minutes and then I have to bounce. But thank you guys. We have a few more subscribers on our mailing list. Thank you. Just got the email. You guys are great. So again, just a quick little shameless self-promotion. cryersband.net. Join. If you do, you get 10% off merch and a shout out, a personal text from a band member. We're just musicians, but you know, we want to give you we want to make sure that we know we appreciate you. Okay. So we're nobody special. We're just people, you know. But thank you. We want to say thank you. Let's see. Criers Band, 10% off merch and a personal text from a band member. It'll be from the Criers number. We're not. I don't know where I was going with that. I'll come back to that thought. Have y'all considered doing Angel Airways? Yes, we have. The adventure to do this for me now or little's enough would be, yeah, hella badass. I agree. We've talked about Angels a few times. David Bender, Burt, this is a very good show talking about the present and the past. Great job. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. And David, thank you for the submission, man. We've got so many submissions. We have a lot of work to review, you know. And then cryersband.com merch, Ninja says that's where you can redeem your merch discount. Let's see, Joaquin into Inclusion Join. I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Welcome in. Yeah, you know, David, I just do these shows off the cuff. I have like a general, like it'd be cool to talk about certain things, but I never have like a script. I'm just kind of riffing off what you guys want to talk about. You know, some things going on in the world right now, and maybe in the music scene. I've been watching a lot of Ola on YouTube. He was at the NAMM show, which happened this past weekend, which I thought was really cool. Watching a lot of like Joey Sturgis mix videos. Those guys start, you know, JST plugins. We use a lot of that stuff. Waves, of course, too. We use a lot of that stuff. So just trying to like, that's what I do, you know. But yeah, we got a ton of drum submissions, and really appreciate you guys taking the time to hit us up with that. And I know that these songs were, you know, got some challenging parts too. Josh, Juliet, Hunting the Canyon, Below Our House. People don't talk enough about this album. You're absolutely right. Dear friends of mine, Patrick, I've played in a few bands with him. I was down in the park with him for a little bit, and then he was in Second Born with me. Have I ever seen SLC Punk? Absolutely. It's been about 15 years since I last saw it, but I think it was like free on YouTube Premium a month ago, so I may have to like rewatch it again. Great, underrated movie for sure. Yeah, going back to Josh, Hunting the Canyon. So they recorded in North Carolina with Eric Bass, who I think plays with, I want to say Shinedown. I think he's the bass player for Shinedown. He produced their record. And I think Juliet went on tour for about a year all over the US, playing with like a lot of notable bands, probably like a lot of Tooth and Nail era bands, you know. Another great band. And then some of those guys split off and formed Royal Teeth a few years later. Rewatch it. It's on Prime or Tubi now. I was cackling upon rewatch a couple weeks ago. I will. Anavi, Chasing Clouds. I wore that record out. And Bear Fighters EB2 wore that one out too. Yep. Also Gray Line, Face to Face. Wore that demo out. They had like 7 songs on there. Wore that one out. Burt, I am following y'all. I'm David's dad. Hey, what's up, David? Thank you, man. Or David's dad. David's dad. Yes. Whomstever you are, I appreciate it. David and David's dad. Thank you. Appreciate that. S. Marshy joined. What is up? Oh, let's see. Yeah, we really enjoyed watching Semi Charm the other night. Really good show. K-Rox got up and sang a little bit. B-Rad sang a little bit. I screamed one part on Creep, Radiohead. That was pretty cool. Saying Sorry by Hawthorne would be gnarly too. I was like literally singing that chorus when you're saying that. If You Want Me to Die in the Pit, start y'all's next show with AFI, Miseria Kentari, into Leaving Song Part 2. Yeah, another record that I ran just through the ground because I've listened to it so much. Their December Underground record was really good. The records before that were incredible. Their guitar player is very underrated too, by the way. He does not get enough respect. I echo Josh. Yes. Good family here. Good peeps. Okay. We are at the top of the hour. So I am going to go ahead and bid you good night. I do have to run. However, I want to remind you, go check out cryersband.com, cryersband.com. You can get our merch there. And then if you want to join our mailing list, cryersband.net join. We have a little promotion there, and go check it out there. Okay, last few comments here. All Hallows Eve EP. Yep, Jade, he is an animal. He really is. Bayside, another underrated band, in my opinion. Dude, totally. Also, we don't give enough love to Armor for Sleep. So that's going to be another next week's call. We're going to talk about some of the more underrated bands that probably should have been bigger. Broadmoors, yep, Our Shells Are Glass and the Good Morning EP. I got another one for you. Daphne Loves Derby. I don't know if you guys remember them. They're kind of like indie shoegazy. They were big on MySpace. I was big on MySpace. MySpace Pure Volume. That's where I found out about them. Copeland, another very underrated band. I'll talk for 46 hours straight about Armor for Sleep. That's why you good people, man. The new AFI record. Yeah, it's good. It's not, Davey Havoc's kind of in a weird place, but I get it. I guess I get it. I don't know. I'm just, it's hard to get over their old stuff, man. Their old stuff's so good. Okay, we are going to bid you adieu, but I want to say thank you again for joining us this week. I will see you next Thursday. I think I'm going to be in Florida, but I'll make sure I can still live stream with you guys. So if I can't, I'll let you know, but we should be good. So love you guys. Thank you for all of the support, and we'll see you soon. We'll have some more announcements coming up shortly. So you guys take care. See you soon.